What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Randy. We're here to talk more Celtics basketball as the Boston Celtics squeak away from the Miami Heat 107-105. And this is a big win. This is big for the psychological reasons. They talked about this. They talked about getting this win. And I don't care if they won by 20 or they won by 2 points. You found a way to get it done. They won this game. And this is a positive video. So let's go ahead and get the bad out first. Let's get the bad out first so I can just go ahead and enjoy this game and enjoy talking about what I liked about this game. I don't have too much bad because I think everyone pretty much had a solid night tonight. But just a few nitpicks. The double big lineup. Okay, in the beginning, it did work. I was kind of eating crow. The double big lineup, we came out to a huge start. We got out to a big lead. Everything was clicking. Defense looked really good. And then we went to the smaller lineup and a more continuation of that. We were 5 of 12 from the 3-point line in the first quarter. Like, everything was knocking down. Everything was going down. It was roses. Everything was good. And then we go back to the double big lineup. And this is when Miami started to kind of figure it out. They started to pack the paint and they started to slow down on offense. And really they slowed down Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown is not a perimeter player. Of course the mid-range shot is there, but you don't want to put Jaylen Brown in situations where he's forced to do those things. Then they become bad shots. You know, Jaylen Brown game revolves around the rim. That's how he gets hot. That's where he gets started. I know he can knock a three-pointer down. We all know Jaylen Brown can knock a three-pointer down. But when you're forcing him into those positions, forcing him to do those things, I think he gets uncomfortable. And honestly, I think it slowed him down. He was 8 of 23 tonight. You know, I'm not gonna call it a bad game because he did have 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Like, Jaylen Brown stuffed the stat sheet tonight. He was 100% a part of this win, a big part of this win. And 21, 12, 5, 2 blocks, 2 steals. I'm not really mad at that. Like, Jaylen Brown had a solid game. Going into what is some more bad? Oh, the Carson Edwards minutes almost got us beat. I'm done with Brad Stevens experimenting. I know everyone's saying he's experimenting with the lineup. You know, it's just early. I'm done. It doesn't. What do you need to see from Carson Edwards at this point? Like, what experiment? What do you need to see? What minutes did you need to see from Carson Edwards? He looked horrible. He missed all his wide open threes. He doesn't know where he's at. He got abused on defense. What do you need to see from Carson Edwards at this point? What experiment do you need to see? What do you need to see? Honestly, we're talking about experimenting. What do you need to see out of this player? What do you need to see out of Tremont Waters to know that these guys aren't NBA players, that they're not contributors this year? They're not. They will be in a package when we trade for whoever we're getting with this trade exception. So, like, what do we need to see out of these players? They should be logging DNPs. I don't need to see Carson Edwards. I wanted to see more Semi Ojeleye. Semi Ojeleye had a good game. Grant Williams had a good game. Let's go into the positive now, because I'm getting out of hand. I don't want to bash my team when we won a good game. I don't want to whine. So let's go ahead and continue. Semi Ojeleye had a good game. Like, I'm loving Semi 2.0. He looks like a real NBA player. Even though he was 2 of 6 and 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, he looked really good. Good defense. He was a contributor on offense. You know, I'm really loving Semi's energy this year. He looks to be a really good player, and I know I said we should go ahead and cut, release, or trade Semi, but, you know, I'm kind of eating crow on that. Semi Ojeleye looks really good this year. Rob Williams looks good. Like, Rob Williams looks better than Daniel Tice this year, in my opinion. He came with good energy, played good defense. He had a block, had a steal. Like, Rob Williams is a really good player this year. And I think once we trade Daniel Tice at some point, I think Rob Williams will step in very, very well into that position when he gets more minutes and becomes more a part of this offense, become more a part of the system. And then let's go ahead and continue. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both had good games, solid game. Jason Tatum late, oh my goodness. He started to get cooking. Like, he started to annihilate the Miami. He wanted to put this one to bed. And then, you know, we've got to be better at closing, and that's becoming a more mature team and adding a little bit more vets to the team. That's why I said we need like just one more power forward. I would like another like front court vet in this team. I really would, but we got to close better. We had a 10-point lead with a minute left, and Miami cut that, made it a tie game with like 38 seconds left in the game. Like, they cut that 10-point lead down in like 20 seconds. Like, just inexcusable, really. But let's go ahead and continue. Also, another bad. I don't want Marcus Smart with the ball in his hands. I know I said I was done with the bad, but I'm gonna just go as things continue to pop up in my mind because it's all fresh. I don't want Marcus Smart with the ball in his hand at the end of the game. I don't understand what that was in the last minute, or no, the last 30 seconds, because it was a tie game and we were trying to win the game. He goes up for a layup And I'm just like, why? Like, in 15 seconds left on the shot clock, I get you were going for a 2-for-1 situation, but I just don't get the point. Like, as soon as Miami gets the ball back, they're gonna go score quickly. Like, why not just run it down all the way to run it down at the clock as low as possible? I don't want him with the ball in his hands at the end. But after, you know, the debacle where Marcus Smart misses 2 layups, by the way, Payton Pritchard comes in and saves him on the last one. Comes from the left wing, sneaks over, and tips the ball back in. Man, Payton Pritchard is just, he's a point guard of the future in my opinion. I know he didn't have a good game tonight, but man, this guy just continues to impact the game in different ways. You talk about tempo, you talk about a guy that's just poised, a guy that's a pest. Like, he was giving Goran Dragic hell tonight. Like, Goran Dragic had, what, 14 points, 5 total. Goran Dragic had a decent night, but man, he was really wearing Goran Dragic out. Goran Dragic did not like chasing Payton Pritchard around the court all day. It was kind of similar to watching someone chase Steph Curry around. Like, you just like, damn, can someone smack him? Like, can someone just like put a clothesline on this guy? Because he's just running around the court all day. It's really hard to keep up with him. He made Goran Dragic work on defense, and it affected his offense. Like, Goran Dragic did not look the same on offense because he was just chasing around Payton Pritchard the entire game. And so that's what I'm saying. Payton Pritchard had a good game, in my opinion. Even though statistically it wasn't his best game, I feel like he just affected games in many different ways that won't show up in the box score. But yeah, I really like Payton Pritchard today. And, you know, Daniel Tice had a solid game. I'm really not gonna bash Daniel Tice. You know, on defense he didn't look that good, but Daniel Tice had a good game. But, you know, overall solid game. We come away with the win. We're 6-3. We're starting to build some rhythm. We got what, Washington coming to Boston tomorrow. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. We got a good stretch, and then we got Miami again on Sunday in Boston. So this road trip is over. So we're gonna have 2 home games now, and hopefully get some rest. And we'll just stack these wins. That's what we're gonna do right now, y'all. We're just stacking these wins right now and climbing our way up in the Eastern Conference. So as always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe.